And now joining us, we have Evelyn Asher, and she is from the Small Business Center, and we're very excited to speak with her a little bit today. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for asking me.
Absolutely. Now, you work with the Small Business Center here in Boone. Talk with us a little bit about what you do there and what the Small Business Center is all about.
The Small Business Center is a branch of Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute and one of 58 small business centers across the state.
Wow.
And we counsel entrepreneurs and speak with small business owners and help them identify issues. Could be financial, could be marketing, could be they started a business without a business plan, or they have a business plan that needs revamping after 5 years. And particularly in these days when things are changing by the nanosecond,
Right.
it would be good to revisit every 2 years, and a business owner should be tracking their progress annually, really weekly.
Absolutely. Now, talk with us about some of the challenges that a small business might face here in the High Country.
Most businesses in High Country are sole proprietors, and that's why I've become a mobile mentor. I can go to their place of business and take a look at the environment. Maybe there's something that could be done as far as their inventory, make it more attractive, or talk about their marketing, show them their digital imprint, which is so important. How do people see your business when they Google?
Right.
Some people have just come, they've just looked over my shoulder and they said, oh my goodness, you know, my business isn't there. My business has the wrong phone number. It doesn't have my correct website. My website doesn't show what we have been talking about in marketing my business. You know, before we would have the critique of their business.
Right. And those are important facts too, to make sure that you're getting your business out there. And Google is a huge search this day and time.
It is, and the Google Analytics, to understand that, to understand the benefits of social media. We have all kinds of workshops on a regular basis. We hold the workshops sometimes in conjunction with the Boone Area Chamber, the Blowing Rock Chamber of Commerce, and the Caldwell County Chamber of Commerce as well. So there are those opportunities, and there's always an evaluation of every workshop so that we can learn what other issues businesses would like to address, and then we develop a workshop for that. And the presenters are just terrific. They go to many community colleges, and sometimes we have local experts who are very generous of their time and provide the information as well. And it makes great connections for them and for the attendees.
Absolutely.
And it's a wonderful place for the attendees to network as well. And we had about 526 attendees last year.
Wow.
So
That's great, because that is the wave of the future. You know, more social marketing and social networking and Google. I know I Google my child's homework to figure out how to do it every night, just about, and stuff, because they're doing things that I didn't do, you know, until I was in like high school and stuff, and I just have forgotten how to do it. So, but that is a great search, because you can just Google something, comes up with these different businesses, and if your business is not on there, you know.
And perhaps you have a service that you have started recently, but it's not shown. So you do have to, content is king, and you need those search words to bring it up, to bring your website up more often, to the top of the page.
Absolutely.
And we help with that, and certainly we provide resources. That is our job, is to connect the businesses with the resources they need, and most of them are local. We do focus on helping local businesses, and to like on our disaster recovery workshop coming up this next Thursday, we have all local experts. We have Judy Hopp who's the owner of the Watauga Avery Serve Pro, and we have Pete Burgess from Tar Heel Basements. Oh boy. And Daniel Minton from High Country Insurance, and George Elliott, who has a home inspection business, and someone from the American Red Cross, Steve Clark. And it is just amazing to be in a planning committee for that event and hear experts learning from each other. So this is one of our Master Entrepreneur series. We have a Start Your Entrepreneur Engine series for beginners, and the Master Entrepreneur series is for people who've been in business for quite some time.
Very
And
neat.
they have different needs.
Right.
And two, they network with each other, and Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute has training opportunities that they can do on site as far as food safety and other OSHA training and customer service needs. So
Right. So how long has it taken to plan something like this? I'm sure the preparation is incredibly long.
well, we have a wonderful facilitator for disaster preparedness for small business. Todd Mortensen is the facilitator, and he got all of us together. I got the panelists together, and I met some of them at Chamber of Commerce events, and I respect, and some of them gave other ideas as well. And this workshop, it's really an expert panel discussion, and it is for not only for brick and mortar businesses, but it's for home businesses as well. As I was describing to somebody else before our meeting here, when that person asked, what is the workshop about? I said, well, just picture, here we are in this lovely building, and what if a pipe would burst? God forbid. And you'd have to think about the computer security.
Right.
What about your schedules? And would you have another place to hold the interviews until you got everything back in shape? And our insurance people, and ServPro particularly, said that you may know your insurance agent, but do you know your carrier? You know, what are the different rules of the carrier?
Right.
So this will all come out in 2 hours at Chitola Resort from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning, and breakfast will be included. We do ask for RSVPs so that we could have a count for breakfast, but looks like we're having a great attendance, and look forward to those coming in just now to sign up.
Absolutely. So it sounds like it's very, very important, particularly in a small business, to make sure that you're prepared for really anything.
Absolutely anything. There was a local business here that had a huge warehouse, and they got a call that, a pipe burst, or something went wrong with their alarm, and they had a tremendous challenge on their hands. And fortunately, they had a lot of other businesses that came up and helped them. But you have to think they have customers all over the country.
Right.
You know, who's going to tell them or make it look seamless? Either tell them that their shipment will be a little bit later, or again, you know, make it seamless while you're working very, very hard yourself,
Absolutely.
because nobody else knows your business like you.
Right.
That's right.
And we had a succession planning seminar, and it was very well attended. And there's so many sole proprietors. What's going to happen when they, you know, it's time for them to sell their business that they've built up? How do they protect it up until that time? So it certainly benefits a small business owner to take an hour or two out of their day. I know it's not easy, but sometimes even if you lock up for those 2 hours, you will gain on your bottom line
Right.
for sure.
Now, talk with us a little bit. In these workshops, you're gathering from other people's experiences and their knowledge. How important is that, even if they have a completely different business from what you do, just to kind of hear how they've planned things and survived different things and run their business?
Absolutely, it is the networking. And even though we have these experts come in, the workshops do not cost anything,
It's wonderful.
and the counseling does not cost anything. But they learn from the experts. I go to 96% of all the workshops so that I can share this with all the information with any client. And I learn as much from the questions that other people ask
Right.
that, as well as from the presenters. And we had one on time management, working on your business rather than in your business. That was terrific. We broke out into, there were close to 30 people. We broke out into small groups and of 5, and the businesses helped each other so that
Right.
you could hear how people see you, and sometimes you gain a whole new perspective. And again, at Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, they have a computer science program that can provide interns for a whole semester, take on a project that can help a small business. I understand, you know, some of the businesses don't have their systems quite up to date. And again, so many use interns for with their social media. It's just something that the business owner doesn't know about, doesn't have time to take care of, doesn't have an interest in. And sometimes it can be an accounting challenge
Right.
too, or risk management.
Right.
Absolutely. So much to think about. Now, if someone cannot make it to one of these workshops but wants to just come and talk with someone at the Small Business Center, how do they go about kind of setting that up?
Right. They would call 828-263-5370.
Perfect.
And that goes for Watauga County and Caldwell County. And I mentioned that there are small business centers within 30 miles of everyone in North Carolina.
Fantastic.
And then we have professional development conferences and always learning the newest trends. I mentioned our collaboration with the chambers, and we also have with Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture. We had an agripreneur series with the Watauga County Cooperative Extension, and that's been so infusing because I helped a farmer with a grant. she was writing a grant application. It did take 3 days, but I was able to ask her more questions, to think a little deeper. And it's the same with all the business plans. And another farmer attended one of our workshops yesterday on specialty crops, and his wife is going into a different business. So in talking with that person, I understand she's also looking for a grant, and if they get the grant, they have to have a business plan. It's the same with the vocational rehab. As they work with their counselor over there, they have to have a business plan, so they send them to the small business center.
Right. Well, it sounds like you guys are doing a world of good for small businesses in our area.
Thank you. We're real proud, and we work with the Small Business Administration as well, and they have an entrepreneur series and how to do business with the government. We're going to have an international program. We're working on that for April or May of this year.
Fantastic.
We have a QuickBooks series for small businesses that's held at the Watauga Library, and our workshops are also held at the Appalachian Enterprise Center, and we've had, for our Master Entrepreneur Series, we've gone to Chitola and Meadowbrook Inn and the Marriott and had quite a good attendance, and hopefully it makes the business community in Watauga and Caldwell County that much stronger.
Absolutely. Now remind us one more time, next Thursday, the Disaster Preparedness Workshop, when and where and how to RSVP.
It's March 6th, 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. A great networking opportunity as well. It's at Chitola's Evergreen Room, and to RSVP, they can do that online at cccti.edu/smallbusiness or call 828-263-5370.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us, Evelyn. We really appreciate it.
And I'd like to just share there's some wonderful small businesses that have opened in this past year.
Yes, definitely.
Through coming through the Small Business Center. And it's not only the counseling, it is the workshops, the Bluebird Exchange at Chatelaine, Shops of Chatelaine, and just a few doors down there, the Wisdom Tree. And they do a lot of networking, and the Wayfaring Wander Wedding Photography, and CT Tech Solutions, and then there's many more that network with each other. Yes.
A great sense of community, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming in, and we encourage everyone who's a small business owner to attend next week's workshop. Thank you so much, and we'll be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.